What is up, YouTube? This is Reptigo, and I'm going to be doing a small turtle haul today. We went to a pet store that was about 40 minutes from my house. It's called Pet Supermarket, and I actually really like it. It's a pretty small pet store, and their prices are much better than that of PetSmart. They had mercury bulbs there, which are $60 at PetSmart, and there they're $30. So a lot of their stuff was pretty cheap compared to where I work. So I'm going to kind of show you guys what I got. I spent about $40 altogether for everything I got. I went to PetSmart as well today. So I'm going to show you the basic stuff. I got some feeder guppies. I'm going to be feeding a few of these to Koopa, and then I'm going to be dumping the rest into Zambezi's tank. It was $10. I'm sorry, it was $2 for 10. So I'm going to be feeding this to them. We actually don't have feeder guppies around here, so it was pretty awesome that I found those. I found a really big moss ball. These are great for oxygenating your tank. They also help catch debris. She has a pretty big filter, so I'm not too worried about that. I do currently have one in Koopa's tank. It's a little bigger than him, but it's still pretty small. It's been growing. I got it as a little bitty ball, about that big. This one is a little bit bigger than my palm. It was $7.99, so I figured I would get her one. I also got a Exoterra glow light. This is a very large heat dome. African side-neck turtles actually usually do not bask. However, she gets on her basking spot quite frequently, and I wanted to ensure it was getting hot enough and that she was getting enough UVA. Michael got this for me. It is glow in the dark, so it's going to create a moonlight effect. It has a clamp, and as you can see, it's pretty big. I got a 150 watt heat bulb for that right here. This is going to give her her UVA and her heat. This holds up to 200 watts, so I figured I'd go ahead and get her a bigger one. Since she likes basking, I'm going to give her a pretty good basking spot. I also got a little fake plant. I went over to PetSmart. This was about $7. It's pretty big. I'm going to be putting it by the back of the tank. She's not going to get hurt using it or anything. I just wanted to flourish her tank a little bit. When I have more money to work with, I'm going to be adding more plants. As you can see, I've started to add more to Koopa's tank. But I'm going to bury this in the sand. I really liked this. I almost didn't get an ornament, but I found a big Buddha head. This was only $11.99. And as you can see, it's pretty big. This is actually the coolest Buddha statue I've seen for a fish tank. And it's actually the best price. At work, this would have been about $20 or $30. I wanted to give the tank some sort of an African feel, and I was thinking something maybe that looked Buddha or Egyptian, and I saw this and it was a great deal. And I'm thinking about putting a bubbler in it later, but until then it'll just be buried in the sand to kind of look like a ruin, and she can play around it and whatnot. The last thing that I got today, guys, is it's called Saki Hiraki Turtle Food. It's not a huge known brand. I did a little bit of research on it before I bought it. It was only $2.99. And it's actually better than most brands. It has the correct ingredients in it, and a lot of people were saying it's a really good food. So I'm just going to be giving it to them occasionally with the food that I give them now, which my main food is Zoomed along with river shrimp, and then of course live food. So I'm going to be seeing if they'll eat this. It's mainly going to be for Koopa because they're so small. And Koopa is still on hatchling pellets. He's an 1.5 inches, so he's about to change to the larger ones. So I'm going to get this set up, guys, and then I will be right back. Alright, so I got everything set up. I got the Buddha statue with the plant and the moss ball and her big basking area. And I just gave Koopa his 2 guppies. So the rest are for her. I'm just going to kind of let them loose in the tank, and she'll eat them with time. Make sure they're all out. And there we go. Got a couple of little guys swimming around. She's a little startled. Well, she's a little curious. And now she's got some fish to eat. She's gonna chase them around for a little bit. I'm going to be getting her some comets next time I go to work. We got a couple little guppies. There should be 8 in the tank altogether. But I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll have pictures and more updates soon.